Obviously, without Jay, how are we going to try to figure out how to do this? I guess they're 2 games. Kind of what have you seen thus far for how you guys are handling it, and kind of maybe what you can improve on knowing they still going to be out for a while?
We just need to find our identity and how we want to play, like our play style. I think that with him out, obviously, it's drastically different. You want to have, 4 shooters around him at all times, and with him out, it's about trying to figure out what works best with this group now, and it's coming at a perfect time. Having a lot of time to just woosah a little bit, watch some tape, and get some practice time and understand what's our next steps, how we need to play.
Can you pull anything? I mean, I know it's just the immediate aftermath, but the first half here, second half Philly, and see something, especially defensively, like, okay, these are things we can do and build on.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not like the biggest moral victory type of person, honestly. I think it's amazing that in the second half we can do good. It's amazing that we can do pretty good and for 2.5 quarters here, but it's 48 minutes. You can only have so many moral victories until you gotta go black and white.
For you guys in zone, it feels like it's been so good for you.
It has.
Stretches.
Yeah.
And then it felt like a little overload in the second half, and then some more threes. Just what have you maybe seen tonight that if you're going to use it more, you guys maybe need to tighten up?
I mean, just closing out on people. Stewart had 4 threes or something. Javonte Green had a couple. Karis LeVert had a couple uncontested, So that kind of drains you a little bit. But for the most part, I think the zone's been pretty well for us all season, Done kind of a good job of identifying who not to really guard within that zone. But you can only play zone for so much in this league. You got to man up and play. You got to play some man, We got to play 5 of them, 5 is what we call it. You can't do it forever. So,
Going back to what you said to start with, Richie has 4 shooters. He gets to the line a lot. It looked like tonight yourself, Ryan, when he could scoop, get to the rim, try to draw fouls. As you move forward here, week, 2 weeks, whatever it may be, how important will that be? Where you guys can shoot it, but to get not just paint touches, but actually get up there and try to get the free throw.
Yeah, 100% trying to get to the line, get downhill, find ways to get guys that, aren't necessarily their games to get downhill and make plays, to get them shots. I think that's a big part of my game, and I think, we've had discussions, but it's trying to find more ways to involve me in that, other than being like a roller, a dunker guy, especially with this time being out. And obviously, Scoot and Ryan, we need them consistently to get into the paint. It's probably roughly us 3 that can kind of do that at a consistent basis. So I think that's part of the learning curve that we have right now, and I'm optimistic that we'll get there. So.
This isn't necessarily like a training camp, but to have 2 days of practice in a row is a strange thing in the middle of the season. Just how helpful do you think it can be to kind of give everyone a reset and, all right, let's attack this thing?
Yeah, resets are always good. We have a very passionate team. We all want to win. It's not the case, even though we have been losing. Like, we do want to win. And, as a whole group, I think it's, with coaching staff as well, I think it's good to have a little break, reset, reflection time. Because in the season, you don't really have too much time to really reflect. It's a 12 o'clock rule. When you play, you could think about the game until midnight, and then you kind of got to wash it out. But I think it's a pivotal time for us. It's a sink or swim, and we have to treat it like that. So.